This goes out to you. This goes out to you, and you, and you, and you. This goes out.
All right, next story. We got sports coming up here, and we had Cincinnati Reds versus the Pittsburgh Pirates in a baseball fight. And this one's just interesting to me as you're watching it. The Cincinnati Reds pitcher was in a mound visit, one of the many 5,000 pauses in a baseball game that makes it 5 hours. And all of a sudden, I think he got put out of the game, and he just booked it to the Pirates dugout and started swinging and actually connected. It was an actual fight. Usually baseball gets clowned because, everyone's swinging or yelling and pushing, and it's just a big mob of everyone pushing. No one's actually swinging, connecting with punches. But this one, as you can see, he is connecting. He went in there to fight, and I loved it. This is one of my top fights. It doesn't beat when the Nolan Ryan hit the guy. Who was it? Brett? I forget who it was, but Nolan Ryan hits the guy, and the guy comes out to charge the mound. Robin Ventura, I think that was it. The guy comes out to charge the mound, and Nolan Ryan just grabs him in the headlock and starts punching him like this. That's the best fight of all time, and ever since then, it's kind of gone downhill, some wussy-ass fights, but now, that fight game is back. Whoever this Cincinnati Reds pitcher is, I'm going to find out. I didn't do intense research because I've seen the fight a million times, and it's just a great fight. I think baseball needs to spark some interest, just like hockey, is getting now hockey's got so much interest. It's going up in ratings and popularity so much. They're getting away with fighting and everything. But baseball needs to bring more fighting. They need to be allowed to at least fight 3 times a game. You get like 3 fights, and maybe your third fight you're kicked out of the game, like yellow card, red card thing in soccer. You get 2 yellows, your third fight you get kicked out, so you get 2 free fights. They need to implement fighting because they need to put some people in those stands. And come on, if you were guaranteed to see at least 3 fights a game, you would probably go to a lot more baseball games, right? And the bench clearing brawls and stuff, you would go. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying, I'm a savior to baseball and take my ideas and, run with them and just give me a bunch of credit. I'm not saying make me the commissioner. I'm not saying I want all this praise and but yeah, it's a great idea. I know. And they can have it, they can take it. And we can just discuss figures later. So, whatever. It's no big deal. But, there. $1 million idea. You can have it. Alright, next we got Melvin Gordon is holding out in San Diego. Just another fantasy running back that we're going to be missing this year. Melvin Gordon, I think, would have had a breakout year this year, too. But I see this being a full-out holdout, just like Le'Veon Bell, because Melvin Gordon doesn't have as much leverage. The Chargers did go 4-0 without him. I like Austin Eckler a lot. He's a great pass catching back. He, it was that change of pace back for Melvin Gordon's the runner. Then you start throwing to Eckler, but Eckler can run too. And I think he would do just fine, kind of like a James Conner for Le'Veon Bell. It just smells just like the Le'Veon Bell situation. So you can book it here on I Feel Like Rhyming and More show with Kevin KMac McCarthy. I say Melvin Gordon's holding out the whole year. 16 games, it's happening. Melvin Gordon is standing his ground firm. He should. He's a rookie that hasn't been made shit. They tie him down for 4 to 5 years. It's bullshit. While a shitty-ass QB like Daniel Jones goes in and makes $23 million for doing nothing besides looking exactly like Eli Manning and acting like him, just because he's Eli Manning's fucking body double, he gets $23 million. I don't know about that one. For a guy, he went to Duke, he's already, Melvin Gordon, is busting his ass, needs the money more. Daniel Jones, probably his parents are millionaires already. He just seems like that snobby, stuck-up rich kid that's at the yacht club. They're always playing tennis and shit, and, tying the sweaters and the knot around his neck. That's how I see Daniel Jones. He doesn't need that money. Pay Melvin Gordon. Pay running backs. I don't get why they don't just pay them. They're giving out $100 million contracts in basketball like it's candy. Just give Melvin Gordon money. Pay the man so I can have a full fantasy team for once in my life. Jeez. I mean, I'm not saying I was going to draft Melvin Gordon because I wouldn't unless, he fell to me in that position. But, he's definitely in the top 10 running backs, not the top 5. But if he falls, do you need him? And now he's going to be out just like everyone else. Probably Ezekiel's holding out too. It's just, it's killing me. It's sad to see. Just pay. Why can't you just pay? Especially the Cowboys situation. You can pay Dak, Ezekiel, and Amari. You're the most profitable. You're worth $5 billion. $5 billion. If baseball can give Bryce Harper $330 million and all that, you can give, that's one team. They gave one player $330 million. So you can give $100 million to all three, Amari, Ezekiel, and Dak, and still have $30 million left over that the Phillies gave to one player. So I'm just saying, kids, in the end, if you're choosing a sport, think about baseball. You don't have to run much. You literally wear pants and a belt, and you get to chew tobacco and stuff, and probably drink in the dugout, and it's just a great game. You run for a couple minutes, and the rest of the time you're just standing around or sitting. What's better than that? I'm just saying, think smart. You don't have to work harder, you gotta work smarter. That's all I'm saying here. Alright, next subject is my top 20 QBs in fantasy. We got the list here. Let's go through it quickly. I love Patrick Mahomes, you gotta put first. But Aaron Rodgers, I think, is gonna have a humongous breakout year. I like Matt LaFleur is gonna re-energize that offense. So look out for Aaron Rodgers this year. He's gonna be huge. But I love Deshaun Watson. I almost put him too. If I didn't think Aaron Rodgers was gonna blow up so much, I would have put Deshaun Watson in front of him because I love Deshaun. This year, he's going to run for a lot of yards. He's going to pass for a ton. People forget that the Houston Texans went on a crazy run. When they win 9 games in a row, they were down at, 3-5 or something bad, and then they just went on destruction. So watch out for Deshaun Watson. Then I got 4, Baker Mayfield, going to have a huge year. You got Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. I mean, what more do I have to say? Baker Mayfield's got the drive, determination. You just listen to him talk, you see him work and everything, and he's that quarterback that you just know, you feel assured that he's going to win a couple Super Bowls. He wants it. He's not playing around. He's serious when he talks. He's about to win a couple Super Bowls. So I'm all in for the Cleveland Browns. Book me in there. I hope they do make it to the Super Bowl. I honestly do. As a Patriots fan, you guys can have one. You can have one. All right, then we got Andrew Luck. I think he should have a really big year too. I really like Andrew Luck this year. And then Russell Wilson. I mean, he's got to do everything for his team. Doug Baldwin's gone. They got Tyler Lockett, obviously. They got a new DK Metcalf. What will he do? He's tall. He drops a lot of passes, but DK Metcalf could blow up. So Russell Wilson, I think, will have a very big year. Kyler Murray is kind of my wild card because I think he's going to have a humongous year. Some people don't. He has no wide receivers besides Larry Fitzgerald, or so it seems, but that's why. He's got no offensive line. He's going to have to scramble. He's going to have to run for his dear life. So he'll be running all over the place. So Kyler Murray is definitely a sleeper to me. Watch out for him. He's going to be big this year. He's going to have to be. And then think of Robert Griffin. Everyone blows up freshman year. First year, everyone blows up. Then the sophomore slump may come. So pick up Kyler Murray this year when he blows up. They got no tape on him. Next year they will. All right, Drew Brees at 8. You know, that's pretty standard. They signed Michael Thomas to the big contract, so Drew Brees is ready to have another big year. Jared Goff, you know, he got destroyed in the Super Bowl, literally destroyed, manhandled, and mangled. So Jared Goff will look to rebound. I think he'll have a pretty big year. He's got, you know, Robert Woods and what's his friend there? He's got Robert Woods and what's his friend there? Cooper Kupp is back. Cooper Kupp is back, and you know, everyone else. I won't even say his name because he left the Patriots, but Brandon Cooks. They got a great receiving core. I mean, I even like their who is it, Gerald Everett or whoever their tight end is. I like him too. So the Rams are going to score points. You know, they're going to have a lot of offense, put up a lot. So yeah, Jared Goff will be good. Carson Wentz, I'm not hugely sold on. I know he was like. Thing is, I used to like him coming out of North Dakota, but then he got injured and he didn't play well last year, and it has been a while since you saw that MVP campaign. So it's tough for me to say Carson Wentz is going to be that great again. I just haven't seen it yet, so I just got to see that to believe it. So I'm waiting on Carson Wentz. He still creeps in the top 10 though, because I did see him perform that well. He was MVP before that injury, so we'll keep him in the top 10. 11's Jameis Winston. I think he's going to have a huge year. He's in a contract year. This basically decides whether you get $100 million or like $20 million. This is a big deal for him, a big year. Like if he balls out, he's going to get that huge contract for 5 years, $100 million, 80 guaranteed. He's going to get a huge contract. But if he sucks, you know, frankly, he's going to get nothing or backup quarterback numbers. So this is do or die for him. I love Bruce Arians, the quarterback whisperer. I love where he's at. Jameis Winston, I love Mike Evans. Love him. So I know they lost Deshaun Jackson, but I think they'll be all right. So, and they lost Adam Humphries, who I liked a lot too. But I think they'll be all right. Jameis Winston, I think, bounces back, has a sneaky big year. Look out for him. He's a sleeper. Cam Newton, I'm over him. I put him there because he's Cam Newton. He can run and score some touchdowns. He's there. He's selfish on the goal line. So you know he's not going to give it to the running back. You know he's always QB sneaking just to make sure he can rip his shirt. And like, we get it. We got the Superman thing. Come up with something new. Aaron Rodgers is still doing discount double check. Like, let's go. Come up with something new after all these years. So Cam Newton, I'm just over. His stupid Jiminy Cricket outfits in the post game or whatever the hell he is, safari guide or whatever he decides to dress up like that day. I'm just over Cam Newton. He cares more about those post game conference outfits than he does about actually playing the game. So I'm just not a big. Cam Newton gets my overrated this year. You know, draft him at your own risk. Then we got Matt Ryan, always just steady, solid, all right, nothing exciting. It's like, blah, whatever. It's just, he's Matt Ryan. He won't be terrible, but he won't be great. He's just whatever. He's just blah to me. Unless Julio Jones will connect with some games, and, you know, he should be blowing Julio Jones up every game, but he doesn't, so whatever. He's all right. Just all right, blah, B, average. Then you got Phillip Rivers. I think Phillip Rivers should have a pretty big year, especially if Melvin Gordon is out. Then they got to throw more, maybe. Phillip Rivers, I like Phillip Rivers a lot. I like his attitude, like that he has 36 kids. I like Phillip Rivers. He's a good guy. And I hope they do, but I wouldn't mind seeing them in the Super Bowl. They deserve it. So Phillip Rivers is a good quarterback. You're going to get some late round if you know, don't do the whole don't draft a QB until late thing and get Phillip Rivers. I think you're going to be doing mighty fine, as he would say. And is that a Southern accent? I don't know. Whatever it is. Phillip Rivers is the man. You know he's determined. He's not going to play bad. So, you know, he's obviously not going to run you 100 yards, but he's not going to play bad. So, Ben Roethlisberger, I don't know. For years, he was a good fantasy QB for me. I don't know if he will be this year. A lot of questions there. Antonio gone. Will Juju Smith-Schuster be that number one or not? I don't know. So, that's a big question mark, but I like him at 15. You get him late too, that's some great value. No matter what, I think he'll do all right. Lamar Jackson, another sleeper. He's got the offense. He's been gifted the whole team. He's the leader. He's the guy now. So he's going to run. If you guys forget what he did at Louisville, he was a Heisman. It should have been a Heisman 2 years in a row, frankly. His second numbers were better than his Heisman year numbers. Lamar Jackson can ball. He can run. He's supposedly a faster Michael Vick. And I remember Michael Vick was crazy. So Lamar Jackson, he's just a lovable guy. How can you not like Lamar Jackson when he interviews? He's just, just a guy you can hang out with. He just seems like a cool guy. So how can you not like him? And I think he's bound to have a breakout year too. Everyone's doing the spread offense now. College style is coming to the NFL, so it's spread out. He can run. He can do that. Read option. So I like Lamar Jackson to blow up this year a lot. Derek Carr, I like him to blow up Antonio Brown. He's on a big contract year that decides his future too. Will he get $100 million or zero? Practically. I think they don't owe him anything. So literally his contract and money is on the line. So I expect Derek Carr. I liked him in the beginning when he was doing great and blowing up. So I think Derek Carr's got a big year ahead of him. I think Jimmy Garoppolo should be able to bounce back. He's a great quarterback. Always liked him at the Patriots, and since then, he went 5-0 when he started in San Francisco. So if he recovers from the injury, I think he'll be great. Love his receivers. Dante Pettis blew up at the end of the year. He's going to be big again. Marquise Goodwin's fast as hell. He's going to be good. So Jimmy Garoppolo, look for him. If he bounces back from the injury, he'll be good this year. Sam Darnold, I think, will have a great year too. He's had a year to prepare. He seems dedicated to the craft. One of his top 5 things is I'll never smoke and drink. So, you better be studying football then if you're not having any other fun. So, Sam Darnold, hopefully he'll have a big year. If I get him in late rounds, I'm very happy with that. I'm excited about that. Matthew Stafford, I put him on 20 just barely because he's been my fantasy QB in the past, and he throws a lot of yards, but in the end, he's disappointing. He throws a lot of interceptions too. He'll throw touchdowns, but then an interception and erase it, and he's a very frustrating fantasy quarterback. And I think, if anything, he's on the downslope. He's not on the uphill. He's definitely on the downhill, so he sneaks in at 20, but honorable mention 21 would be Josh Allen. I'm really up on Josh Allen if he had better receivers in Buffalo or just a general good team in Buffalo, but he ran his ass off. If you remember, he averaged like 100 yards at the end, and he could throw bombs with a year of practice. I think, he's got a big arm. He can run. The big guy, take some impact, take some damage. He might have a really big year. If the casting crew around him is good enough, he might have a really big year. Look out for Josh Allen. He might even be in my sleeper. As I said, it's Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. That is my sleepers there. I'm happy I wrote that now because I agree with that fully. Overrated, Cam Newton, obviously. I'll sneak Matthew Stafford on there too because I'm bitter from last year because it kind of screwed me over. So they're overrated. Cam Newton, definitely. Underrated, I put Jimmy Garoppolo and Derek Carr for sure. Jimmy Garoppolo, just all depends on the injury and how he comes back from it. But I think Derek Carr is underrated. Kyler Murray can be underrated. Russell Wilson, Baker, all of these. Jared Goff is a good underrated, and Jameis Winston. All those guys. There's a lot of sneaky sleeper guys, I think. There's enough of those guys that you don't need to take a QB too early, unless it's Aaron Rodgers or, Patrick Mahomes, obviously. He'll go quick, but unless it's Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, or Deshaun Watson, just wait on a QB. And you get one late. You get Baker Mayfield late, you're golden. Russell Wilson, you get these guys late, you're golden. I'd pick up Lamar Jackson real late and feel like I'm golden. So that's how I feel about or even pick up Josh Allen late. Shoot, I'd throw him out and start him. Who cares? Then get the waiver wire. I'm the king of the waiver wire. I hit the hell out of that. As long as you don't have those weak ass 3 waiver wire limit shit, I don't play that. So, if you're smart, you know how to do that waiver wire all season. So I'm good. I'll throw out Josh Allen. I'll throw out Derek Carr and get him real late. So it's going to be a fun year. Very exciting. That's my QB fantasy football report. Next episode, we're going to do running back. Stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing rankings every episode now until the season starts. I can't wait. We'll be doing mock drafts soon because I'll be doing real drafts, and I like to share with you all my opinions, and maybe you guys can let me know some opinions in the comments too, and we can just discuss it. I love fantasy football. It's my favorite time of year. This is the best time of year, getting prepped for your freaking drafts like you're a real manager. It's can't beat it. It's my time to be nerdy about football. I was never quite a jock, never quite a nerd. I guess I'm in the middle, so I get nerdy about football. I don't know, does that even out? I don't know. I know it won't pass if you say to your girlfriend, I'm studying for the fantasy football draft. It won't quite pass as you say, studying for a college test. But that's just what's wrong with society today, so that's maybe why I'm single too. But hey, who's keeping count of reasons? And whatever. Alright, moving on. We got clothing section. The Jordan 12 pink editions are coming out. Is Jordan 12 the best Jordan shoe ever? I think so. So, I just wanted to compare them to the Iverson Answer 5 Navy Blue edition is coming out. Now, I like the Iverson. I think it's the 3 that kind of have the 4 balls on the bottom. It's not the 5s. Those aren't as good as the first Iverson and the second Iverson, where they killed it. Those, is that 1 and 2 or whatever? Must be if the Jordan 5, so there must be 3 and 4. Iversons, I think, on the low are better shoes than the Jordans all around. I love Jordans 11s and 12s. So that's the debate in the comments. Let's do a poll. Who's voting for the Allen Iversons are sneakily sleeper shoes that are better than Jordans? Or are Jordans just better because they have more? I mean, what do you think? Will you always say Jordans are the best, or I personally think the Iverson shoe line, even though there's way less, is actually way better. I'd rather wear an Iverson than, besides the Jordan 11s and 12s, and that's pretty much it. I'd rather wear an Iverson than most Jordans. It's just an honest opinion. Tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree. I'd love to discuss it. Alright, more clothing topics next week. Next subject for now, though.